let's talk about a place where Kenya is, or Kenya was, or Kenya is taking part. That's the World Indoor Championships taking place, of course, in Glasgow. Last night was the men's 60 meters. We watched actually when we were leaving Soya, we all huddled around my phone with Ayumba and Toto and Chris Omolo and Chep. Literally, it was like a nation. Hapo nje tu kwa parking.
Yeah.
Because Ayumba told us it's 11:43. We said like, hey,
you have to watch.
Or I think it was 12:43. One of them, I can't remember. He was like, let's watch. So we watched it on the app on my phone. And fourth place. I don't know what you think about it.
When I saw his post after that race, you could tell that, yes, there's some level of disappointment, but it could also be like a level of semblance of satisfaction in the sense that 2022 Wokabi, remember, he bowed out in the semi-final. He didn't go to the final when it was happening in Serbia, in Belgrade. He reached the final. I knew it was a hard sell for him to podium. Maybe the off chance, maybe one of the other two would not have qualified, he would have been a third if something would have happened in the semi-finals. But credit to the change that we have witnessed in this short period of time that he's changed coaches. But the only concern I had was in the hits. I don't know, he kept infringing on the lane. I saw it more than once.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was the case.
Nerves maybe.
Sorry?
Nerves maybe.
Could be nerves. He's actually very lucky that he wasn't sanctioned because of that. But finishing fourth, I think he should clap for himself. I think he should pat himself in the back, because this is a 60 meters. And as he said, remember when he had him on spot on the show, he said this is a way to now determine the kind of direction the outdoor season is going to take. I love the fact that he's been very subdued, very humble. He doesn't say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I'm just going to do my race one at a time. He reached the final, bottom line. Wokabi finished fourth. He's the fourth best in the world in the indoor. I think that's something.
One, I agree with you. Being fourth best in the world in the 60 meters, a Kenyan, is ridiculous and incredible. I think he's done really well, because when was the last time I actually watched a world indoor? Who loves athletics? Top of my head, it might be Caleb Ndiku or Helen Obiri back in 2012 and 14. World indoor is not something I really have interest in. But Omanyala makes me take note. And for him to be the fourth best sprinter in the world, 60 meters, which is probably his way worse compared to the 100 meters, because his start is not the greatest, though he had a really, really decent start. I just looked at it and I told myself, to be the fourth best guy in the world, excellent performance. In my own opinion, I think he did extremely well. And I thought fourth was about right, because Chris Coleman and Noah Lyles, I felt, were maybe out of reach.
Yeah.
But then I thought that fourth, not too bad. Not too bad thereabout. So fourth for me is good, because, again, like you're saying, 2 years ago, he didn't get into the final. He's gotten into the final. He's under a new coach. They're changing things. I think it just bodes well for him. And he didn't even have his coach. His coach was watching like you and I.
He didn't travel with him.
No. So when you think about all the other factors that he comes with, and then you look at who he's competing against, how well they're set up, I think he's done, at the very least, he's done well. And I think it's just building blocks, because look, he was able to execute 3 good races in 6 hours.
Yeah, because that was one of his main concerns.
Yes, 3 good races in 6 hours, which is an improvement, because look, we know him on a one Diamond League night, he can beat anyone. It's him being able to execute today, tomorrow, and tomorrow. And that's the thing with the 100 meters. You have to run the semi and the final within 2 hours of each other. And the previous day, you have to do the first round. That is the main thing. I think you can see the progress.
Yes.
He just has to keep going. Now it's on to the indoors. So they've got to start getting ready. I hope several invites into places. And then we are able to see whether he can build on it. But I felt, at the very least, job done. Well done. Fourth place, of course, I would have wanted a medal. I really, really want him to get a medal in one of these World Olympics somewhere. But I think it's, at the very least, adequate. I think he did well. Build on for the next.
I agree.
That's him. Now, Omanyala 100, it's an oddity. It's a uniqueness. There are Kenyans who we need to beat with a stick. Now, 800 meters men. Hits yesterday. Yeah. We had 2 athletes. Guess where they are?
Number?
Collins Kipruto out. Noah Kibet out. But why?
Let me ask.
But why?
Let me ask a very dumb question. Okay.
Collins Kipruto was third in his heat. In heat 1, he ran 146.89 out. Let me see if I can find where the other boy is. The Noah Kibet boy. Always. Where is he? He must have been in heat 3. Hold on. Yeah. Kibet also third, 146.90 out.
Let me ask if a very dumb question. For example, does the fact that we don't have an indoor facility, does that play a factor in terms of training and preparation, or not really? Because
maybe
indoor means Wokabi that there is almost zero wind resistance, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, the problem may not be the wind as much. Of course, there's a bit of wind, but it's not. The problem with the indoors is, number one, the track is 200 meters, not 400 meters. So if you are doing 800 meters instead of 2 laps, you're doing 4.
Right.
So you have to think of such things. So that's one.
Exactly.
And so it's short. It's the straights are shorter. It's almost doesn't have a straight compared to, like the back straight and the finish straight. It doesn't have as because of the way.
Because that's what you train on. Regularly.
Yes, and then of course the dome, the way it's built, it's not completely flat. It's sort of lifts as you go out.
Yeah.
So that also affects in the way you run. So you have to be able to do it. And traditionally, by the way, to be fair, Kenyans, we aren't the greatest in indoor. If you think I'm trying to think the last Kenyan to win 800 meters.
I think we had one medal in 2022.
Yeah, it might be Bungei in 2006 in 800 meters. The first woman to win gold at World Indoor for Kenya was Jelimo in 2012.
Pamela.
Yes, and Helen Obiri also won same year. So we got 2 gold. That might be the last time we got gold.
And that's why I'm asking that question, because
we generally not very big on it. Let me just say that.
Would that help? Because if you're so conditioned to train, it's, for example, you're used to using a certain style of shoe.
Yes.
And then that's what you've been training with. And then on rest day, somebody somewhere convinces you to wear different shoes. By the time you adapt, you're a mess. Of course, you know the rules are you should never change your shoes.
Yeah.
What you train is what you should compete with to some extent.
I get what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. Part of all because we don't have it, and then I also think it's not something we like. We just don't. It's the way Kenyans don't like running in the rain. We just not bothered. We just don't like running in the rain. It's not our thing.
Yeah.
If it starts to rain, we'll have a bad championship. So I wouldn't hold it too much on the likes of Collins not qualifying. Though I feel like Noah Kibet makes the Kenya team far too many times for a guy who's won Kenya 1 medal in the world under 20, maybe world under 20. I just feel like no, he makes the team far too many times. But all in all, not bad. I don't worry too much. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Let me say it that way. I'm not going to lose sleep over the fact that both of them crashed out. No. I want to see whether in the women's we got something. Yeah, in the women, Vivian Chebet Kiprotich qualified.
8,000 meters flat.
800 meters. 159.65. She ran her PB. That's very good in the semi. Well done, young lady. Let me see whether she was. Yeah, she was the one who made it to the semi. So at least she's in the final. Yeah.
So we might win our first medal tonight.
What is the race?
3,000 meters flat for the women.
Hold on.
We have Beatrice Chep.
Yes, Beatrice can get us something.
Yeah, at least something.
Beatrice can get us something. I agree. Beatrice can get us something there. Beatrice can get us something. What time is the final? The final is at
11:45.
11:45 our time, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one we can get 11:15.
11:15, yeah.
11:15. Okay. Then the men is also there. The men, I think it's going to be one of the races of this World Championship, not because of no.
Are we even there?
No,
we are not.
It's because Josh Carr is there. He's a world champion. Solomon Barega is there. He's an Olympic champion. And Yared Nuguse, the American, is there. That's maybe the only reason. But yeah, see, all our hopes and our everything lie with Beatrice. Boy, do us one.
There are 2 athletes there, but yeah, maybe Vivian. I think it's a Vivian as well.
Yeah, maybe. Like in watch
at least 1-3, 1-2, 2-3.
Tukue 1-2 ama 1-3. Tuombe. Unajua, you never know. Mara nyingine unaambiangwa pray and it shall happen. Teresia Gateri, she's in the race, so it's Teresia and Beatrice. Teresia Gateri is world junior champion, former world junior champion. Even world junior champion, I think it's world junior champion. Yeah. So she's got the pedigree. Let's just hope that she's able to do the job for us. So yeah, but not so good. But Fedi, well done. Congratulations. 4th in the world in the 60. Fantastic. I think it bodes well for the rest of your season.